You're watching Superskum.com. I'm Chris. I'm here with Harry from the Faroese metal band TYR. So you're a few dates into the tour with Moonsorrow and Korpiklani. How's it been so far?
It's been great, better than expected. So no complaints. Only the heat is a bit too much. Everything else is good.
The history and traditions of the Faroe Islands feature prominently in TYR's music. Can you go into a little bit of detail about how they've helped influence TYR's sound?
Well, the only thing about Faroese tradition that influences our sound is the traditional music. We use Faroese and Scandinavian traditionals as a whole to, I take traditional melodies basically and make heavy metal songs out of them. And then there's the lyrical side, and which we use very much the Faroese and Nordic tradition, history, mythology, and everything to make our lyrical universe. But it's always with a contemporary angle of some kind. So it's not like we're just reciting history. I always find some subject in today's international politics to tie in with the myths. That's the influence for the lyrical side. As I said, the sound-wise influence is only the traditional music.
TYR's releases feature a mix of both English and Faroese songs, sung in the language. What decision goes into making, which one's English, which one's Faroese?
That's pretty easy. It's been so far pretty easy, at least, because almost all lyrics I've written are English. I've only written 2 lyrics in Faroese, I think, with this band. The rest are traditionals. So when you have a traditional song that come with the lyrics, they're in Faroese typically. Sometimes we have Icelandic, rubbish, Danish, or Norwegian also. So it's been, I would say, 1 in 5 maybe is not English, or some Scandinavian language. So that decision's been pretty easy.
The metal as a whole has a never-ending list of subgenres. TYR has been listed under Viking metal, pagan metal. I've even seen progressive metal. Where do you feel that TYR falls, and do you think that these never-ending subgenres are beneficial to the metal scene as a whole?
I think they're only beneficial to record labels. I can see why record labels want to, and the media actually, I can see why they want to have subgenres and put labels and stuff. It doesn't really help musicians. I don't think the listeners either. So take for example Viking metal. You put TYR and Amon Amarth in the same genre, though there's no similarities in the sound. So you hear Amon Amarth, you think, okay, I like Viking metal. Then you hear TYR and you think, what is this crap? So it doesn't really help, I think. Where I would put us, I don't know. Heavy metal from the Faroes or heavy metal from Scandinavia, whatever. I don't really care about that.
I don't blame you. And so 2011 saw you guys put out your most recent release, The Lay of Thrym. How has the fans' reaction been to that?
It's been great. The best received album so far. For example, we were on the top of the Loud chart on the CMJ journal, I think it's called, College Music Journal in the US for 2 weeks last summer, and sales have been going well, and the reviews are a bit up and down, but I think the professional reviewers are a bit disappointed of everything we've done since Ragnarok. They want more nerdy stuff. We try to make it a bit more popular without selling out.
Now, and also in 2011, you guys performed on the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise. How was that tour? Or I guess that show?
That was great. It was the best festival concept I've seen so far. 2 shows, I think it was a 5 days cruise. We played 2 shows, and compare that to any other festival where you wade around in mud and you sleep in a tent. Well, of course, the musicians don't, but the visitors have to, and this was just a luxury version of any festival.
Now, in 2003's Eric the Red, you included the traditional Irish folk song, The Wild Rover. What made you guys choose that song?
I can't remember precisely. We were putting a few traditional songs on, and for some reason, that song has been a very popular, folk and drinking song in the Faroes for a long time. And I can't remember the moment when we decided to do that, and I can't remember why we did it either. Probably something to do with Metallica's version of Whiskey in the Jar from Thin Lizzy. That we wanted to do something similar. It might have been something to do with that, yeah.
Now, with 2009's By the Light of the Northern Star, it features the song Hold the Heathen Hammer High, which is considered to be the appropriate successor to Hail to the Hammer. When that was being written, was it the thought process that we're going to write the next anthem, or did it just turn out that way?
No, it was deliberate in a way, because we got very tired of playing the same song, Hail to the Hammer, every fucking show. Can I say fuck?
Yes.
Are you going? Okay. Cool, shit. So we got tired of playing the same song over and over again. So I thought we needed something. It's a very heavy song, "Hail to the Hammer," and our other songs got more and more, up tempo. So I thought we needed something a bit more appropriate, and try to make another Hammer song to take over, and that went quite well, I think. So that's the song we play every show now. Until we get tired of that, I'm gonna write a replacement.
Both How Far to Asgard and Eric the Red have been re-released through Napalm Records. Do you feel these re-releases has helped TYR reach a bigger, more diverse metal audience?
Yeah, there's no doubt that Napalm has a better has better lines of promotion and a better sales channels than Total Ass. So definitely those albums sold a lot more with the re-release than they could have with the original release. So yeah, that helped. But then again, it was already in our past. So I'm not sure how it would have helped getting a broader fan base or anything. It helped our sales, and so also our income, which is good.
The newest release, Aleathrim, has the song Shadows of the Swastika on it. Was this written in response to the 2008 unfounded accusations of TYR being associated with Nazism and fascism? And why do you think it's difficult for people to differentiate between, Nordic folklore and historical nationalism?
After the incident in 2008, I wanted to write a song. I just didn't. But now I've lived in Germany for 3 years, and I've seen that the problem is much, much bigger than I thought it was to begin with. So that's why I wrote the song now. It is a response to the original accusation, but I did it because of later experience. So there was this guy, Peter Kratz, who runs this BIFFF organization in Berlin, and he accused us of being Nazis. We tried to write to him, we tried to call him, no response. He had made up his mind we were Nazis, and that was it. And he had remarkably good access to the media, and he had in the past been successful in canceling shows. He contacts the local promoters and tells them there's going to be a demonstration. So the promoters cancel the show for fear of being labeled Nazi supporters. This guy, however, at the show in 2008 called him on his bluff, and nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. It was just some kind of media hype. And that sort of took over. It's the most asked question by journalists ever since. What about these Nazi accusations and so on and so forth? People like this Mr. Kratz are the extreme left wing creating a problem that wasn't there to begin with. This hypersensitivity in Germany towards anything that the Nazis came close to is a much bigger problem today than neo-Nazis are. Much bigger. So, and they get a free pass because Germans are hysterical of being hysterically afraid of being labeled Nazis. As soon as you get the vaguest accusation against yourself, your career is over if you're German. it helps a bit if you're a foreign, as it did in our case. So the bottom line is Germans need to calm the fuck down about it. That's the reason for that. Why the situation is like it is, I think, is because of the German school system. They beat their little children in the head with their past and fill them with guilt over what happened, even though they didn't do anything, the people who are alive in Germany today. So when they grow up, well, I can tell you an example. I have a friend in Canada who's Jewish. He told me the first time he visited Germany, and he happened to mention he's Jewish, and people said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he said, "What the fuck? You didn't do anything to me. Calm down." So that's the level of hysteria in Germany.
Earlier this year, American television, brought the Faroe Islands onto a national stage with a TV show that documented the traditional whale hunt, the Grind. And I mean, I guess unfortunately it was shown in a light that dramatically benefited the organization that was in this show. These, we'll call them Rainbow Warriors, are not something new to TYR, as there's a song by the same title on 2003 Eric's The Red. Can you talk a little bit about your interaction with them and, how this became a topic for TYR?
Last summer, there was the organization of Sea Shepherd were in the Faroes, and they had two camera crews with them from Animal Planet. One was following the Sea Shepherd crew, and one was on shore interviewing locals, getting their point of view. And they also interviewed us, among others. And I guess they for this debate with Paul Watson, which I was involved in, they wanted some officials, but the officials in the Faroes don't talk to Paul Watson because you don't want to give the wrong and actually harmful impression that he's conducting a balanced and reasonable debate. The same reason why if you're a geologian, you won't debate a flat Earth society member. So they asked me to talk to Paul Watson on the live debate, and that's how we got really involved in it. And I had one or two public exchanges with Paul Watson in the form of letters or blogs. But now he's an international fugitive, so I guess I won't be debating him in the near future.
Yeah, I guess last I saw, his bail still hasn't been posted in Germany?
No.
What does the future hold for TYR?
That we're gonna make a new album, probably, or hopefully we'll record it within this year and release it early next year. We're about to sign with a new record label. Our contract with Napalm Records expired September last year, and there'll probably be this usual amount of 3 albums in that contract, and so it's just upwards and onwards.
I guess this is the traditional last question for a Superskum interview. This is your time. Anything you want to say to the fans?
Please buy our albums and come to our shows so that we may pay our bills and live under a roof. Thank you.